That is the beginning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 7 of All Things Considered with Morgan. That's me, Morgan. Today is Saturday. I don't remember the date off the top of my head. The 12th, April 12th, I believe. Been a minute, not a minute. It's been a week since I last did my podcast, and that's what I'm kind of doing once a week, I'm still trying to play with the camera angle here and trying to get this, and I don't know. I'm just messing around. I got my Portland Timbers shirt on. The back is way better looking than the front. The front just says Portland Timbers, very small. But the back has got the logo on it. Pretty cool. Anywho, let's see, man. So it's a beautiful day today. It's not windy like it was last week, so that's why there's a camera up today. And yeah, I have some natural sunlight coming in. Hopefully that reflects well onto the video because it's beautiful outside. It is windy, but it's beautiful. It's like 70 degrees, so it's like perfect. Can't complain at all. Oh man, this week was. Let's talk about this week real quick. It was a long week of work. I don't know if it felt like this to anyone else, but it seemed like this whole week lasted forever. And it felt like time just went to a crawl, and it was very frustrating because it just seemed like it never ended, and I had a very busy week at work. Put my arms down. Oh yeah. Get comfortable, boy. Yeah, it was a very long week at work. Like, I went to therapy yesterday, and when I was like checking my calendar, because I had a bunch of meetings yesterday, I was like looking at my calendar on Outlook, and I saw that I had a meeting on Monday, on Monday, and I was like, damn, that seemed like that meeting was like a week ago. And I mean, I guess it was a week ago, but I mean, it was the same week. It was just insane how like quickly or how slowly this week went by. It really sucked, like, mentally. Like, it was a really rough week mentally because it just went on forever. I had a bunch of projects to do, a bunch of meetings of like project statuses, and getting set up for meetings next week for more project statuses, and it went on and on. But I'm so glad it's the weekend. Like, this morning I woke up, it was like 6:40. I woke up and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But my body was like totally ready to go. I was like, man, I could just wake up. Like, I should. But I was like, I really need the break to sleep in. Because I've been going to work like super early this week so I can get ahead of when people got into the office. So like for the time I went early, like I had that allotted time just for me. So no calls, no emails, no Teams messages. It was just a chance for me just to get oriented. And I really actually like it a lot. So if you are finding yourself like maybe stressed out at work and you're finding yourself like maybe lacking some time, or like you just want to kind of get away from like I said, phone calls, emails, and all that shit, going early, like an hour even, just to have that time to yourself. It does kind of suck you to get in early, but maybe like if your place is cool that you can leave an hour early. But it was just so nice for me to get in there and just like do my own thing for myself. And then once the 8 o'clock hit, and then people were coming in the office, and I was getting calls and emails and stuff, I wasn't so like overwhelmed and stressed because I already had taken care of stuff for myself before. So that's a recommendation for me. Go in early if you can. I know that's like not conducive to like probably like people's mental health. They're probably like, I don't want to be at work more than I already have to. Get that, but man, I swear, like, even though I was there early, it was more conducive for my mental health to have that time to kind of go slow and not be distracted by anyone or anything. So that's just my recommendation. Do with it what you will. You don't have to do it, but I'm just saying it helped out me a lot. Let's see what else. It was a busy week. Wife's family came into town. We went to Twin Peaks. Not my choice, but that's okay. I'm not a big fan of that place. not just because of like I was with my wife, but I think it just feels almost illegal to be there, I guess. Um, it, food's not bad. I had wings. I had some beer because I was like, man, it's after work. I'm going to have some beer to unwind. But it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. But it was just still awkward because I don't know, like, I don't go to Twin Peaks or Hooters, even if Hooters is available anymore. I don't think it is in Kansas. I think they're all shut down. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a strange environment. Um, that's not something for me. This is actually something that's really random that people may not know about me. But I'm 31 years old and I've never been to a strip club in my entire life. That is because I I just don't want to go see all that. I guess. I mean, like I'm married. You know I don't need to go. I'm good. So anyway, that's a random thing. I don't know why I even said that. But I do know today's topic of today's video is going to be something that I went through as a young teenager, preteen, I guess, or actually I was a teenager, 13 years old. And it's something that kind of like dawned on me when I was at work. I was sitting at work and just like going through my stuff, and I was like kind of just thinking and just randomly going through my Rolodex of memories. And back when I was 13, I used to call myself like a pain gremlin. And I don't know why. So like for starters, I never self-inflicted. I never actually like cut myself. Um but like I would skateboard and I didn't care if I got hurt. I didn't care about pain. I didn't care about bleeding. Um there was this one time when I was in middle school and like we went outside for recess, and it probably just was like one of those times where like the snow was just like getting finished up, like melting and stuff. But there was like this pile of snow next to these people, and I remember just looking at it, going, "Oh, I'm just gonna run and jump into it." Um, and I ran, I just jumped full body like into it, and it was solid ice. And I was wearing I had glasses. I wear contacts, but like I was wearing glasses, and when my like head hit like when my body hit the snow and ice, my head whipped like this. My glasses flew off, and I had really long hair, and I just remember it was like it was just like a collision, and people were laughing. And this isn't where I was like, this isn't where I got the like why I was like okay with getting hurt. This was like mid getting hurt all the time stuff. But it was funny, and people laughed so hard, and they talked about it for a very long time. And every time someone saw like a pile of something or just like something for me to like jump into, they would ask, and they're like, "Hey, you want to jump into it?" And I'm like, "No," because I was like, that was funny, but that hurt my ribs. But I didn't really give a crap, to be honest. Um, but there was also another time where I was hanging out with my buddy, and we were just kind of like skating along, and we were by this park, and like I just kind of was just going, and as I was rolling down this hill, this rock, I looked at this park, and there was like a gazebo, and I was like, oh look, a gazebo. I don't know why I said like that or just now, but anyways, I saw a gazebo, and around the gazebo was thorn bush, just like all around it, and I don't know why. I must have just been like a dead rose bush maybe. But I remember my brain was like, go jump into it. And I was like, okay. Like I just hopped off my board and started running. And I jumped off like the bench seat of the gazebo into the thorns. And I laughed hysterically. Like I got out and I was all like tore up and scratched up. And that was all like during the age of 13 years old. I just was like so okay with like getting hurt. And then I don't know why, like I don't know why that was a thing. I think is like it's one of those things like maybe like back then like you didn't really think about like the consequences of pain, or like you knew like at that age you were just gonna bounce back like no problem. So like um I had I think it's just like because I don't think like anything I ever experienced pain wise ever lingered on longer than like 2 or 3 days. Now for me, like if I sleep on the couch, my back hurts for like a year. Um, But I find it so interesting that like at that young age, you're kind of just like so unaware of like pain and like I don't even know what it is. Like I wish I could really put my finger on it, but like I don't know what it is. Because the reason I'm saying this is because I swear the minute I turned 14 years old and I went into high school, I became terrified of pain. I um I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't look for things to go do to go get hurt. I didn't like I mean, I remember like I was in like high school gym and stuff, and like I would get hurt on accident, but it wasn't like anything I did on purpose to myself. It wasn't a big deal. But I would never like, like be stupid and like jump into like ice or. There was one time when, oh my God, I'm going to say this, but this is going to be stupid. So there was one time when I was in middle school, my friends and I, we used to be really big fans of like Jackass and Viva La Bam and Wild Boys. And we were all like trying to, I guess, impress each other. So we tried kicking ourselves in the head. So like we were like throwing our foot up and kicking ourselves in the head. We were actually doing it. It was stupid because we all ended up with like big goose eggs and bruises on our foreheads. And like, I think I drew blood. I think I hit my eyebrow. I would never have done that at the age of 14. I don't even know why I did it at the age of 13. But I guess, that's like seeking maybe validation from other people. But it's so interesting that like, I swear the second I hit 14, something in my brain connected and it was like, hey, no more of this. And like now, like I'm so really averted to pain and bleeding, and it actually like gives me so much anxiety and scares the shit out of me. When I worked at I worked at a factory for a while. I worked at it for 8 years, and I was working in R&D for a while. And I remember I was like, doing something with sheet metal, and my hand slipped and went right across the edge of the sheet metal part. And I looked at my fingers, and I was just like, oh shit, like I'm going to die. So I clasped my hands and I ran over to our sink, and then I like just started washing my hands. I was like, okay, if I don't look at the blood, I think I'm okay. But then I started feeling tingly and shaky. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dying right now. I'm going to have to go to the hospital. There's going to be so many things that's wrong with me. And I was like terrified of what was going on. And then once I got calmed down, I kind of sat down, got some water and just breathed. And it wasn't even like that bad it wasn't like a laceration. It was just like a small sheet metal cut. It really wasn't that bad. But in my mind, I really thought, fuck, like this is the end of me. And I don't know why, but like I sat there and I thought about it. And this is probably when I was like 25. I remember sitting there and going like, why did I freak out so bad? Why did I panic? Why am I so like worked up when I know for a fact that I'm not actually like in any harm? I don't know. And it's so strange because I'm like, I used to be one of those guys like back in the day where I wouldn't give a crap if I got hurt. Like there was a time where my buddy and I's like, we have like a park here, and there was like a gigantic hill, and like most of the hill is just like dirt. And like my buddy and I were like, we would like sprint down the hill. The intention would be to literally fall into the gravel and just get cut up as badly as you can. And I remember doing that and just being like, ha, and like my elbows all just like covered in dirt and blood. And I'm just like, yeah, what's up, man? And now I'm like, I can't even fathom that pain or bleeding like that. It's so insane how much like things just change. Like I just don't seek pain. I don't think a lot of people go seek pain. I mean, I guess technically even like going to the gym, there's like pain involved, but you're not like, I don't know, you're not putting your life on. I don't know, man. There's something about this whole thing that really has got me kind of like in a fucking twisty, swervy, or whatever the words are, tornado, man, because I don't understand. And I wonder if other people have that same thing where they just like got hurt and they didn't care, or they like would hurt themselves on purpose, not to like feel something or not because of like emotion, but just because you're like, oh, I'm just crazy. I don't know, man. Like it's almost kind of like psychopathic behavior. No, it's not. But I remember one time when I was in middle school, we had conferences, and my fucking science teacher was like, oh, talking to my mom, like, your son was outside kicking himself in the head. Like he came into class and he was like bleeding and he had like a bump on his forehead. Like, I don't know what him and his friends were doing. And my mom's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. And then she's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I still to this day don't know why. Like I did some of the things that I did. Um like just getting hurt and falling and like intentionally falling and getting hurt was something that I just did. And I still don't understand it. I wish I could dive into those feelings or just ask my younger self like what I was thinking and what I was doing. But it's just not something I can do. I mean, I guess I could probably just like self-reflect and maybe like meditate for like 50 hours and try to figure out what the hell was going on, cuz it doesn't make any sense. And I wonder if anyone else has had that did the same thing when they were younger. For some reason 13 is like was just very specific. That year was just very like oh my god. There's one time where we were in class and our teacher I think left. They just weren't in the room. I don't know why. But like there was like this just pile of like desks and we were all standing up and kind of doing like center stuff around like these like the outside of the room. We're all God, I don't even know what the class was. Maybe science. But we're all just kind of doing things. And I look at my buddy and I was like, watch this. And I just ran and just like tumbled into all the desks and chairs and just like flipped and flew all over the place. Everyone laughed, thought it was funny. And then like I remember like at that point, like I got like a bad cut on my knee and I just like didn't give a crap. And I thought it was like I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but it's so insane. Maybe watching Jackass and Viva La Bam and Wild Boys as a young teenager wasn't a good idea because it gave me bad ideas. I never did anything like reckless. Like I didn't go out to like the public and destroy things. I didn't cause havoc and chaos. I just get hurt. I don't know why. I mean, like I just was never afraid of pain. And now I don't like it. I get a pain in my back and I think, oh my God, my kidneys are going out. I don't know. But anyways, I wonder if anyone else has had that kind of thought. Anyway, it's a big old tangent. Something in the news that I saw recently that I found interesting was it Australia? I think it's Australia. They're like banning kids under the age of 16 from social media. I think I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not like upset or I don't think about it all the time. When I was younger, I mean, I got on MySpace when I was like, I think I got on MySpace at 12 years old. But like back in the day, it was just more like post like what you like, and then like you had like you could put a song on there and you had friends, but like I never saw anything bad on MySpace. I never did anything bad on MySpace. One time, I don't know why, but like my friend called me the N-word on MySpace. And yeah, I don't know. It was such a strange time, but like I don't think I did anything bad. And I remember when my friend called me the N-word on MySpace, I remember I got pretty upset because I was like, please don't do that. That's how upset I was. I was like, please don't do that. But yeah, I mean, I was on MySpace, and then when Facebook came out, I got on Facebook, and that thing was really like bad. So, and that was all before 16 years old. But just nowadays, social media has become a cesspool of just the most insane things. And I don't like how like social media is so like there's almost no filter. I mean, I can scroll through like the only thing I like on my Twitter page is sports stuff. I'm like some athletes, like maybe some people who do like content creation. I like science stuff, engineering, and then like maybe some funny stuff like comedians. But that's it. I don't really like I don't go beyond those boundaries really. But my algorithm still sometimes feeds me things that I don't want to see. It's always like people getting into fights, and it's like the most brutal, disgusting shit in the world. I don't like it. People getting stabbed, people getting hit by cars, like just absolute the worst stuff you could think of is just on my algorithm. Every now and then my algorithm's like, you want to see this? And I'm like, no, take it off. I don't want to see that. I don't get why it's like that, because I've never once liked the video. I've never once watched those videos. Even though I've like described like what they were, like in a brief like second, at a 1 second scroll, you can see what happens. Like 1 second nowadays, you can get so much information. It is insane. I mean, like for me, when I go through TikTok, I'm like, boom, and like that 1 second, my body goes, nope. My brain goes, nope, you're not done. Like I scroll through. Like I don't pay attention. Like certain things that I like will grab my attention, and that's because, excuse me, it's something that's I like. It's in my interest. Yeah, 1 second, man, you can gain a lot of information in 1 second, and that's what like people are getting so good at. And like if you ever scroll through like TikTok specifically, it'd be like a picture of like an ass or something, like the person's wearing something stupid. They have a spelling error in their caption, or like they have a specific kind of like song tone. There's always something that kind of grabs your attention, and then that's what forces people to watch them. And that stuff doesn't work on me because I don't like it. Like if I scroll through and someone has like a spelling mistake in their like caption, they're like, "Oh, I got money on Venmo." It's like I don't even bother. Like, nope, I don't care. None of my business. I don't give a crap. It's not something I look at. Sports stuff is what I like, and then, sorry, sports stuff and like science and engineering, fishing. Yeah, just I don't know. I'm just blabbering, but that's the whole point of this thing. Is I'm just yapping about all things considered. But let's see. This week gonna be busy. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 90 degrees where I'm at, and it's April. Then it's gonna like plummet to like 60 degrees, I think. So whatever. Anyway, right now my wife and I are in a big kick for Minecraft. So we started a Minecraft world. I don't know why I did that, by the way. We started a Minecraft world together, and I was kind of like building it like how I typically would build like a base, and I just kind of like lost interest. Like I was like, this is boring all of a sudden. I don't like it. So we started a new world because my wife was like, I want to do a house like this. So she like drew out like a little sketch of like what she wanted. I was like, all right, let's just start a new world and do it. So got into a new world, and like the second we like loaded into the game, we were like, this area's perfect. Like we didn't have to go anywhere. It was just perfect. And so she started building our house and the game. And it's so much fun because like I'm just like, what do you need? She's like, I need wood. I'm like, cool. And I'm like running and getting her wood and doing that stuff. So then like I go mine, or I'm like planting trees and like starting to work on like landscaping, I guess, trying to make it look more presentable and looks better. And then then she's like, I need more wood. I'm like, yeah, I got you. But yeah, it's actually been super fun, and it made Minecraft like super exciting again. I have not seen the movie, and I don't know if I will in theaters because of what's been going on in the theaters with the Minecraft movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can just look, and then you'll probably find something. But I'm not saying it's for me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just like, it's not. What I am saying, it's not for me is what I'm trying. Anyway, but Minecraft has been kind of like fun for us because we're just playing it together. And but right now she's at a wedding working. And when we were eating lunch today, she was like, I don't even want to go. I just want to stay home and play Minecraft. And I was like, I get it. Trust me. When I'm at work, I'm like, I want to go home and play video games so bad. I want to be home and just be comfortable and just kind of veg out sometimes. I don't want to be a full-time gamer. I want to be a full-time podcaster. But there are some days where I'm just like, man, I need to like just veg out and just do something for me. But, so I think maybe tomorrow, because I don't think she has anything to do really. We're gonna probably play some Minecraft, and it'll be a good day. And then back into the work week. Ew. Looking forward to Memorial Day weekend, because it'll be a 3-day week. I'm excited. But that's pretty much it for me for now. The Pain Gremlin thing was a big topic that I really want to talk about because it's been on my mind, and I wish I could understand better about what was going on for me as a kid. Luckily, I never did anything that left permanent damage, so I got some scars, but like that's fine. Everyone gets scars. Chicks dig scars, man. But yeah, luckily I'm not maimed or anything, so that's good. All right. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it very, very much. I do want to give you like a spoiler. This is episode 7. Episode 10, I'm going to be interviewing my wife. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And you're going to learn about maybe some like relationship stuff and maybe her small business that she's got going on. But we'll see how that goes. But episode 10, plan on it. My wife will be here. It'll be fun. We're going to have a great time. So thank you guys for everything. I appreciate it. Please like and comment and subscribe and do whatever you want to support this channel. And then I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. And I'll see you next time. Later.